We got our first look at crossover breakers. I didn't expect to see this news today. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. So, Crossover Breakers is going to be the next deck build pack. And I'm not going to lie to you. I've been waiting like a month and a half for these ever since Crossover Breakers got revealed. These art reveals are always one of my favorite things to get the chance to look at and analyze these themes on the very early side of things, just to kind of see what they bring to the table. And honestly, all three of these arts are some of the nicest that we have actually had in the course of the game. So, all names are provisional, so keep that in mind here. So first off is theme 1 is called Ryzial. It is an exceed monsters that unleash energy made of shining light, burning flames, and booming thunder. Probably Rise plus Rai Lightning. Maybe Diesel, but that feels like a mild trade. Well, first of all, having an archetype in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Be called Diesel is actually kind of cool. And I can already tell you here that these are probably, I want to say, okay, hold on. Exceeds monsters that unleash energy made of shining light. So you'll probably have a light, a fire, and a thunder encompassment of monsters here, which means, oh boy, multiple typings. That's not like the worst thing in the world for an archetype, but you've got to consider the fact that if, we're doing the triple side of things here, okay. Also, this is probably going to be, I believe most of these reveals are typically usually the boss monsters for these sorts of things. Also, this definitely, especially in the facial region here, maybe this was made by the sprite artist. I don't know. This feels very sprite inspired, especially, for the feel for this. But yeah, if this is going to be a sort of archetype, you might be looking at, Vanquish Soul 2.0 here as well, with, trying to capture a fighting theme for this. But I also love the fact that they emphasize the shining light, the burning flames, and the booming thunder. So probably shining light's probably a light monster. Definitely fire. And, well, I guess technically, would this classify as, for Booming Thunder, it'd technically probably be a light machine monster, really considering what they could pump out for this. Also, the fact this is going to be Exceeds, so we're probably, to be fair, rank 7s kind of need some love. So, I think that this would be kind of nice to see this be, rank 7. Also, this doesn't, maybe a rank 10 support too. It also depends on, is this going to be, a theme that's going to be stuck behind their boss monsters being, just one good card being splashable across the board, or will the whole theme be good? Because that's the one thing that we've kind of had with some of these themes that have to do with the extra deck stuff, is they really, really, really get messed up when one of their cards is 150% generic, and then the rest of the archetype is just absolutely zero playability on that side of things. So I think this card looks freaking cool, especially with the feel for the background here. But I am going to stick to what I said. I think the sprite artist that did that, I think, was the one they called up for this here. Also, the fact we have the jet propulsion stuff here in the back for this actually is pretty freaking cool. I wonder if they'll have anything to do with like fuel cells to power these up too. Huh. But yeah, this is very, very sprite inspired. Okay, so yeah. Also, if this theme actually does get called Diesel, so this is actually one of the coolest things that we've actually had revealed in a very long time. Also, I didn't even realize that thing's name was Detonator. So, Mylice seize control of the mysterious digital universe using all sorts of codes. Seize in Japanese can refer to clearing a game or a walkthrough of a game. I want to point out here, this thing's name is Mavlice Q Hearts of Cryptor. This frickin' art is fantastic. All right. Well, I can pretty much tell you straight off the bat here, if you think that this isn't going to be a Cyberse monster, please, please, please. You're going to be very shocked by this, I feel like. Also, the fact that they just created a sort of monster here that is about to just be one of the cool. As long as this theme clears all of the check marks, I think you might be sitting on the next possible labyrinth here, especially for the, the fact that, for what this card literally refers to, breaking down the code of a game, or, she's probably going to be the game master, actually. I think that feels like the most inspired point here. She also feels like one of those final bosses at the end of the game where, she has the ability to call her scepter here. It's incredibly larger than her. She has her spellcaster part of her here. She also, I don't know, this is actually a rough one because, does she classify herself as a spellcaster, or do we classify this as, a Cyberse monster? I would think that this would clear as a Cyberse. Like, that's the thing that would make the most sense to me here, that you would want this to be a Cyberse sort of monster, because, like, I guess you could also classify this, she's not even, I get the digital code underneath the dress here, but looking at this, though, I don't think she's a machine, honestly. Also, the little pouty face that she's making right here. Yeah, she is 150% the final boss. I wonder what side lore that this is going to turn into, because this card is fan-frickin-tastic. And I'm already going to tell you, you're about to see so much art be broken down for this card. Like, congratulations, Konami. You made one of the coolest cards that I have had the chance to actually see out here in a very long time. That's the Hearts of Cryptor. Next up here, this is probably going to be your big boy theme here. This theme is called Longhua. A high-level theme based around ascending to become dragons and centered around 3 dragons vying for supremacy. Oh boy, that's a lot of shit you're going to be shoving into one archetype here. You have 3 freaking dragons, and all 3 of those dragons are going to have probably individual support. So, it's going to be a while. We're going to be a big theme here. This theme is Dragon plus Chuka, the archaic name for China, pronounced Zonghua in China, considering its 3 factions. And they're explicitly using a term that sounds almost like Chuka. It's probably a Romance of the 3. Okay, so we're getting another Romance of the 3 Kingdoms inspired theme. Okay. This actually, my man's got the Powered Infernal Gauntlets here. It also, the fact that we have the 3 different colors here for this, is this going to be a combined monster? Is this going to be a literal stick 'em to the Megazord here? May our powers be combined kind of thing, and see what we can do, because it's also what this kind of feels like here. But yeah, high level themed too, so you're probably going to have a lot of brickaroos in this deck. I'm not going to lie to you. If you're expecting to play this deck with, probably, some sort of low ceiling payoff or be able to do your thing, that's not going to happen, all right? Like, you're going to be, this theme is probably going to be really good, but if it needs to be on like the level of Horus. You need to be having these boss monsters be able to be churned out relatively quickly so you can kind of take advantage of things here. Also, this kind of feels drawn by the Constellar artist, too. It's actually kind of cool. The background here feels maybe a little bit bland for this, but they're emphasizing, the Gauntlet Buster Dragon here for what they're trying to do. So overall, I think these themes are sick. Like, honestly, I'm glad to see that they pulled out all of the stops for this, and they are going absolutely ham on this. Like, good stuff. Crossover Breakers is going to be a freaking sick set. Alright, like, especially with the cover card for her, I am super excited. So what do you guys think about these incredibly cool cards? Please, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.